Hello everyone, I am Douglas E. Welch and this is another container garden update brought to you by A Gardener's Notebook. For more information, you can always visit the Gardener's Notebook website at douglasewelch.com. Today we're going to check out some of our new additions and some of our old favorites here in the container garden. Well, and here you can see this is our nasturtium and our frugal lettuce pot, and you see the frugal lettuces are, well, they're struggling a little bit honestly, but the nasturtiums are popping up over there. You can see one right over there, and actually if I pivot a little bit you can see a really good one right there in the foreground. So these are good to see these popping up eventually. They seem to take a while to germinate, and only 3 of the 10 really are above the soil right now, although now that I've seen these I expect the others to arrive fairly quickly. We're going to keep trying the frugal lettuce project and see if we can get some of this stuff to actually start to grow. The temperatures unfortunately are starting to rise here in the San Fernando Valley, and so it may be at the situation that if one does actually start to grow, it may actually bolt because of the heat. So you never can tell what's going to happen. The butter lettuce continues on apace as always, looking really good here. I'm very proud of this. Sometimes you have to taste your successes where you can find them, and not everything succeeds in the container garden or in the garden in general, so it's good to see something like this moving along so well. Here you can see our basil and a little bit of kale here as well, and some strawberries all mixed in this one pot here. Now notice the basil's already starting to flower here, so what we're going to do definitely is we're going to pull the flowers off the basil right away. We don't want it putting its energy into seed, we want it putting energy into leaves. Secondly, it actually is growing a little bit, so I'm just going to come in and just go right above a leaf node there and just pinch off some to get it to bush out just a little bit more. That's the trouble with basil. I don't want to cut it, I don't want to pinch it back enough when I should. So I'm going to be a bit more aggressive with it this time around. Now here's another trick too that I think I'm just going to try with this one here, is I'm actually just going to take my finger with a little hole, put him back into the soil. I'm going to water this pot as soon as we're done with the video today, and let's see if he'll take down in there. These plants certainly seem a little more healthy than the ones I had before, so I'm hoping they continue on with this and eventually start to fill up most of this pot. The kale will pull out eventually. As the temperature rises, we'll take the last few leaves off and pull out all the roots and stuff and see what we get from there. It seems like such an ordinary plant, but I do love the way the geranium looks when it blooms like this, a little cascade out of its hanging pot. Certainly just a nice little addition to the garden, something you can take just a little bit of enjoyment in. And finally, checking in on our propagation project a little bit here. Here's the rosemary. Now I noticed, I said one of the things you need to watch out for is the needles dropping off and getting dry. Well, it looks like we're losing a couple of them here. I actually saw some more stuff online about propagating rosemary just like you would in the kitchen, kind of taking cuttings and just sticking them in bottles of water or cups of water. I think I'm actually going to try that for another batch again, just to try to get a flow of these seedlings coming through, so that I, regardless of how many don't make it through the propagation process, I'll still get a few each batch that I can then grow on. You'll see down in the right hand corner here, those are our camphor seedlings. They're all looking really well actually. This one's got a little dried leaf, but everything is going pretty well. I need to remember to turn these guys so that they don't keep reaching only for the sun over there. And in the back, no signs of our Ficus benjamina seeds popping up yet. We'll let those go for another week or two and see what comes up. I actually didn't research how long it takes for them to germinate, if they are going to germinate, so they may just sit there for a while until something either happens or I get tired of it and I knock them out and plant something else up in them. In the case of our Ficus repens that I'm trying to get to root, you'll notice there are lots of brown leaves, but down inside here there are still quite a few green leaves. Now I'm not going to disturb these. I'm going to leave these set for a good couple weeks more, just to see if they get any roots at all. Then I'll gently pop them up and see if the roots are there, but I don't want to disturb any roots if they are starting to form, knowing that there is some issues with it rooting well. So again, kind of a wait and see attitude towards this project as well. So while I meant to actually do a little more propagation this week, haven't gotten around to it. Lots of other projects in the works, but I keep looking for seedlings around the area. I keep looking for places where I can take cuttings, and I'll continue that process each and every week, and I'll bring it to you here Thanks for watching this episode of Container Garden Update for A Gardener's Notebook. I am Douglas E. Welch, if you didn't catch it at the beginning. For more information on A Gardener's Notebook, you can always visit the website, douglasewelch.com. There you'll find links to everything that I do, A Gardener's Notebook, as well as much, much more. If you enjoy these videos, please click like on the YouTube channel. It really helps people discover my other videos and keeps the channel growing. I want to welcome all the new subscribers we've got in the last few weeks and say thank you very much. You are the reason that I produce these videos as much as my own reasons. Thanks again. Until next time, keep digging.